beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of Radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, I was in there taking a crap. That's why I was late. Don't jump me. At least I don't piss in my drawers like Sprague. So come on, guys. Give me a break. Give me a break today. So you never know what goes on behind the scenes here. I got my shoes off. I like to have my drawers off, and I'm afraid it's like if you get honey and you put it out when you're at a picnic, you draw flies. I wouldn't want to draw Kern and Sprague and those guys. Never mind. I can't even go there. Hey, listen. Got a good friend of ours with us today, Greg Musgraves from Monroe County. He's going to be in to talk a little Monroe County politics. And I got to say, you guys know me. You know I'm far from perfect. Yeah, we got a guy over here making signs of what he is, but that's okay, smart ass. Far from being perfect, but I'll tell you what, I am the perfect warrior. And as you know, we started the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We wanted to unite with the Democrats, with the Republicans, with the independents to beat this culture of corruption in St. Clair County. Now, you guys know my background. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. Come up the hard way, come up in the housing projects. That's no excuse. But, I really wasn't a bad guy. I never got in trouble till I became a politician. And about 20 years ago, I thought, hey, I'm a rotten son of a bitch, but I ain't that rotten. And I couldn't stand the crap going on. But anyway, they had a meeting last night, the Republicans. And this asswipe, no good for nothing, son of a bitch, Doug Jamison, who's come down from Springfield, he's the county chairman, the St. Clair County Republican chairman. He owed, and it's in court records, owed over $98,000 in child support. And it's in the Sangamon County record, circuit clerk, Doug Jamison. Been convicted of a couple DUIs, I believe. Order of protection. Domestic violence summons issued. Petition for order of protection. Another issue, order of protection. Court finds domestic violence order for protection was issued on a certain date. He had 2 minor children. And he owed over $98,000 in back child support, a notice to withhold income for child support. And the domestic violence is one thing, and that is bad enough, but not supporting your children at the tune of $98,000, people. And this is the Republican chairman for the St. Clair County Republicans. I ask Congressman Bost, all Governor Rauner, are you guys in accord? Are you guys supporting a son of a bitch like this? I'm just asking. Congressman Bost, I know you're a decent guy. We've had differences. But you're supporting? I'm asking, are you supporting this guy who has been charged with domestic violence? This guy who owed $98,000 in back child support? Are you, Congressman Bost? Are you endorsing him as the county chairman? Are you supporting him as a county chairman? I ask you, Governor Rauner, are you supporting this gentleman as county chairman? And I'm a bad guy. I'm not the county chairman. I'm not leading anybody. But this guy, Doug Jamison, is the head of the Republican Party in St. Clair County. And now, because I exposed him for all this crap, nobody else would or could. I did. They have a convention last night, and they say they don't like me. Well, I say, hell, I didn't like you before you didn't like me. But they're going to censor Bob Romanik. They're going to say that they're not for Bob Romanik. This sounds like that Trump crap going on. Got so many Republicans are for Trump, but the organization, the elitists, the establishment, the Republican establishment says they're not for Trump, and they're trying to circumvent his candidacy. The same things happen with me. You know, I'm self-funding, but the Republicans don't like me, and not the rank and file Republicans. I'm out in the street every day in Millstadt, Mascoutah, Freeburg, O'Fallon, the Republican areas. Get a great reception. So the rank and file are the great true Republicans. But you've got a handful of asswipes that are trying to ruin, not run, trying to ruin the St. Clair County Republican Party. And I'll tell you what, that they've done it. They've done it. Do you know why there's never been? These Republicans never get elected in St. Clair County. And we had the path to victory because the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition was going to unite, not change, going to unite with Democrats, Republicans, independents, men, women, black and white, to destroy this culture of corruption. But then you got people out there, not the good O'Fallon people, because there are some good ones. You got ladies, and I use that term loosely, Mary Thurman, Bar Viviano. These two gals think they run the whole county. They're all up Doug Jamison's ass. They think they're somebody. These self-righteous people you all can kiss my ass, you self-righteous son of a bitches that think you're better than everybody. And people like Bar Viviano, and somebody said, don't say her name on the air. It'll piss them off. I've already pissed them off when I've exposed them for what they are. Mary Thurman, two-faced. They got to talk good about you to your face and then talk behind your back. And this is the crux. This is the core of the St. Clair County Republican Party. And you've got Doug Jamison, the leader, who's been charged with domestic violence, who's been back $98,000, people, and his two children apparently not eating, not being clothed or housed properly because he withheld $98,000 in child support. You can get it all on the records at the circuit clerk at Sangamon County. But Bar Viviano, Mary Thurman, John West, all these guys, they're supporting this man. What the hell are wrong with you people, you self-righteous people? What the hell is wrong? Now, I've been fighting with them from day one. I'm not perfect, but I've done good the last 20 years. And I didn't do it to make up for the mistake I made, because the mistake I made only cost me. And I am not perfect. I've made mistakes since, and I'll make more mistakes. But I'm man enough to admit it. But these self-righteous no count. And see, these few people have taken over the Republican Party in St. Clair County. And that's why there's not a two-party system, because they're inept. They're idiots. And they said, Bob Romanik, but you're running on the Republican ticket. I wish I had second thoughts. I was going to run as an independent. But see, I can't run as a Republican and be part of this crap, because this is just about as bad as the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County. Isn't it a shame? Good people, Democrats and Republicans, we got a circle of wagons on the establishment for the Democrats, who are the culture of corruption, the establishment for the Republicans, who do this crap, this egregious crap they do. Why can't we just all be good Democrats and Republicans? Why do we have to be organized? Why do we have to be part of the establishment? I always say, vote the person, not the party. But having said that, they're going to say they're going to, and somebody said last night, well, nobody's going to know it. I know it, and I'm going to let you know because I don't give a damn. You people that know me know I don't give a damn. They're going to say they're going to censor me? What the hell is a censor? What are you talking about? I'm on the ballot, you idiots. But see, Jameson, you don't want me on the ballot? I understand that. Because, see, I'm a man, you little bitch boy. I'm a man. You want somebody to kiss your ass. Nobody's going to kiss that little small ass of yours. But I'm telling you, you guys don't like Bob Romanik. And when I say you guys, not the general population, Democrats and Republicans, because I've got a great response. But since the organization, just like with Trump, they don't like Trump, so they're trying to circumvent his election, his nomination. I say to you, Doug Jameson, St. Clair County Republican Chairman, I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to withdraw as a candidate for state representative. But I'm not going to withdraw until the last date after you can caucus somebody in. So for you people that don't understand a lot of this political jargon, that means when I withdraw, they won't be able to put a candidate up, and LaToya Greenwood will be the next state representative for the 114th district. And don't blame me. Blame my Republican counterparts. Blame Doug Jameson, the St. Clair County chairman, the Republican chairman. Blame Barb Viviano. Blame Mary Thurman. They sit around at these dinners like they're some queens. Well, they are queens. And hey, including Jameson. Bunch of queens hanging around. Because, see, people, I don't care. I was in this fight to put my money up. My hard-earned money, not ill-gotten money like these bastards up in Belleville that eat at the public trough, the Bear Civics, the Kearns, the Spragues for the last 30 years. This is my money I've invested, and I was going to spend it to prove a point, to help everyone get rid of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. But for Doug Jameson, you've came down. They run you out of Sangamon County, you idiot. You came down here to St. Clair County, and we had a chance. Not we Democrats, not we Republicans, but we, as independent people of St. Clair County, had the opportunity to beat these rotten bastards and to run them out of town and to do good for the people of St. Clair County. I would have went to Springfield and fought for everyone. But you want to stop that, Jameson? You want to censor me because you don't like me, because I exposed you for all this egregious crap you've done in Sangamon County over the years? The DUIs we'll forget about. Well, we won't forget about them, and the tickets, we'll forget about them. But the $100,000 in back, you hear me, child support that you wouldn't support your children, that pisses me off as much as this domestic violence charge. But you're the head of the Republican Party, the good Republicans. And again, I don't want to cast a bad light on the real Republicans of St. Clair County, the hardworking, true Republicans. I'm talking about the establishment, the elite, the 20, 30 people that think they run this county, the Jamesons, the John Wests, who's all up Kern's ass. This is a Republican county board member that brings legislation for Kern, a Democrat. And you know why? He won't have any Democratic opposition. He had Republican opposition because they knew about him. Kern's not going to put up a Democrat against John West because John West is a Republican shill. He's a Democrat with an R behind his name. And John West, you can get pissed at me, you idiot, because I don't give a damn. Your vote don't count to me because I don't need a vote to be a man. I don't need a title to be a man. County board member John West. You guys raise a little bit of money for Boston, and you guys think you're something? Mary Thurman, I thought you were a Christian lady. You are the biggest hypocrite I've ever run into. And Barb Viviano, such a big shot. Those people have single-handedly destroyed the Republican Party in St. Clair County. They've single-handedly stopped this movement that could have got rid of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. So again, Doug Jameson, I wish you would take care of your business in Sangamon County. The good people of St. Clair County wish you would have never came down to St. Clair County because you've done nothing but harm the Republican Party. Well, actually, the whole county, because the Democrats and Republicans alike would have benefited from the culture of corruption being destroyed. So, Doug Jamieson, you complete idiot. You don't like me? Well, let me tell you what. I ain't the best guy in town. But I tell you, I stand tall. I stand tall over your body, you stupid son of a bitch. Domestic violence charge. Not paying people. 98,000 plus. And here in the court order, motion for psychological examination granted on this date. See written order. You had to get a psychological examination. Hell, I've never been ordered a psychological examination. I know I'm nuts. I don't have to have somebody tell me. This son of a bitch got a psychological examination ordered. He tried to get all this expunged, and at the bottom it says, hearing to expunge all this, hearing and motion denied. I'm not going to let this crap be expunged. See, apparently he was so embarrassed. You know, I'm not embarrassed for what I did. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it. This son of a bitch must have been ashamed of the stuff he was charged with, the stuff he was accused of. Hey, but Mary Thurman, hey, maybe he can take you out and have a good time with you. Maybe you like that domestic violence, Mary Thurman. Maybe you like that domestic violence, John West. Maybe you like that domestic violence, Barb Viviano, the big shots of the Republican Party. And if you do, I hope you get what you want. Of course, you two ladies, you don't look all that good. Look like somebody beat the hell out of you already. And that's just my personal opinion, of course. I know I'm going to get calls. Well, you made them mad. I don't give a damn. Are you people crazy? That's the problem. I'm one of you people. I'm one of you people out there. We fight the fight every day. We fight the fight. These rotten bastards, these big shots, and these Republicans, these elitists are as bad as the Democrat elitists. So you ain't no difference between Sprague and Jamieson. They're both low-life, no-count son of a bitches. But Jamieson, that's what you wanted. You're going to give me crap? You ain't going to give me crap, you little bitch boy. You don't want to be for me, I don't give a damn. See, the people of the 114th Legislative District, they're going to be the losers. And they can thank you, Jamieson, because we had the path to victory. But if you guys don't want me, fine. Which means apparently the strong Republicans want the Democratic candidate in the 114th Legislative District, LaToya Greenwood. So I'm going to give them to you. So everybody can thank Doug Jamieson, Barb Viviano, John West, Mary Thurman, can thank every one of those son of a bitches, and I said son of a bitches, for giving you LaToya Greenwood. I'm going to withdraw after the last day that they can caucus. That's what they want. They don't want me, that's fine. I understand that. And I've said before, I was the second worst candidate running. LaToya Greenwood was the first. The Republicans didn't put up a candidate. Every one of our candidates, except a little boy, what's his name? Come on, let me give you his name. And I may be for Bear Civic. Ron Dupert. He's all, I don't know how the hell you can sit down, Mary Thurman. You got that Dupert son of a bitch up your ass, and he's running against Bear Civic. Guy gets a 29 rating. They say, you're talking about, I'm not talking about people in my party. My party is the people. My party's not the Democrats. My party's not the Republicans. This Ron Dupert, what a shill. What an ignorant son of a bitch he is. He puts Dallas Cook out on Front Street for this lawsuit, and then he acts like, I didn't have nothing to do with it. The hell you didn't, Dupert. And don't try me. Don't press me, Dupert, or you'll really be in some hot water. And you know what I mean, you idiot. All up Mary Thurman and Viviano. And maybe you like it up Jamison's ass. I don't know. I'm just asking. See, people, I don't care. You know what? My son passed last year, and that's my problem, not yours. But see, I got nothing to live for but to destroy these son of a bitches. And somebody said, no, you got to run to do something. No, I want to destroy. But apparently, I can't get any help from these idiots that they call the Republican elitists, the Republican organization. So I say to them, kiss my ass. I'm out of this. I don't know what the other people are going to do on the Republican ticket, but I cannot. As bad as guy as I am, I'm not as bad as Doug Jamieson. I can't be part of that because I loved my son. My son had everything he needed, as all your family, all your children have everything they need that you can give them. Apparently not Doug Jamieson. $98,000 in back child support. Those kids probably went without food, without clothes, without proper shelter. What an embarrassment. Now, the domestic violence again, that's bad. But to me, not taking care of your children is about the worst thing and the no good a son of a bitch you can ever be. I got more respect for two guys that get in a fight and somebody kills the other guy needlessly. He's wrong. But I'd have more respect for him than a son of a bitch like Jamieson who wouldn't take care of his children. What the hell is wrong with that picture? And you've got the Republicans endorsing this man? I'm asking you, Governor Rauner. I think a decent man. Are you part of this? I'm asking you, Congressman Mike Bost. Are you part of this? Are you condoning? Are you supporting Doug Jamieson, the St. Clair County Republican chairman? We're going to ask, and we're going to get an answer. And if you guys are, then you're no better than he is. I hope you, Congressman Bost, I hope you'll say and publicly denounce the leadership of Doug Jamieson, St. Clair County Republican chairman. I hope you, Governor Rauner, will denounce Doug Jamieson and his leadership. Now, if you don't, then I think all the people, all throughout this listening market, over 4.5 million potential listeners. I don't think we've got that quite that many. Maybe 1.1 million. Who knows? But people, I'm throwing the gauntlet down. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Where do you good political people stand? You moral people, Governor Rauner, Mike Bost, all the Republican leaders, where do you stand? Paul Evans, I would ask, where do you stand? But Doug Jamieson, you wanted LaToya Greenwood? I'm going to give you LaToya Greenwood on a silver platter. And people, don't be mad at Bob Romanik. Be mad at Doug Jamieson. I put in a couple $1 million of my hard-working money. Now, I know the politicians will say it's ill-gotten. I'll release my income tax anytime. Will they release theirs? Their money's gotten from the public trough, from you good people. That's where their money comes from, and they can say what they want. But I got a side note. There was a big article in the paper about me putting in a second $1 million, and there's a video. And Joe English works for the county. This no-good son of a bitch. I was his friend. He says, Bob, and I swear on my son, he says, Bob, I don't like Kern, but I got a job, but I'm going to vote for you. This no-good son of a bitch last November or October come crying to me for $500 because his house on the other side of Millstadt, the wall was falling in. I loaned him $500. I was going to get it back 2 weeks later. Never got it back. Joe English from a proud family, but he's not proud. But this son of a bitch tells in the paper, says, and this is the way Romanik's going to win. The culture of corruption, he says, buying his way in. Hey, Joe English, you like my money when I give you $500, you begging son of a bitch, to shore up your wall that was falling down in your house that never got back? Do you see how and I was never going to bring that out. You see how hypocritical these son of a bitches are? And Joe English, you know I'm telling the truth. I'll give you $20,000 to come up here and take a polygraph to say everything I say is not true. Same way with Beach back in the day. Loaned him $3,000. Had a problem with a stripper at Dolly's. Now he's the head of economic development. These guys, these hypocrites, I've been all around the block with these bastards. I wasn't going to come after Joe English. I don't come after him when he says what a great guy Sprague is. This no good son of a bitch says that my money is going to get me elected. Well, my money kept your house up, didn't it, Joe English? You rotten bastard. What a hypocritical son of a bitch. And your brothers and your father, honorable people. You, on the other hand, Joe English, a piece of crap. You hypocritical bastard. And I see where this Joe Wallmeister, nice guy, said that there was something, some white stuff around your lips, Joe English. And I believe that, and I think it belongs to Mark Kern. I put that part in. So, Joe, thank you. You found out. You know what kind of no-good bum Joe English is. But, Joe, you think about it. And I would, Joe. I'd like to have my 500. See, these guys, my money's no good until they all need it. My money's no good until their house is falling down. My money's no good until they're not eating. My money's no good until they need their car fixed. And don't get me going, because I've got a list that'll go on. And those people know who I'm talking about. I don't mind helping somebody out, but don't think I'm going to give you $500 and you go out and buy a gun, hypothetically, of course, and shoot me with the $500 gun that I bought. That just pisses me off. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state, not bisexual, Kern, bi-state voice of freedom. And Kern, I got some really nice pictures of you in a bikini that's going out to 10,000, 20,000 houses. You idiot, you no-count son of a bitches. Anyway, America's bi-state voice of freedom, one more time, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. I had a caller call and say, Bob, I wish you'd reconsider. You know, I'm a lot of things. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to play with these no-good son of a bitch ass wipes that are worse than I am. I mean, if that's possible, and I guess apparently it is, because I'm not as bad as these son of a bitches, and they're gonna put a political hit on me, the party that I'm running with, the party that I'm trying to support, the party that I think isn't worth a damn in St. Clair County because of the lack of leadership in Doug Jamison, Bar Viviano, John West, Mary Thurman. And you guys are going to hear a lot about me because, see, I don't give a damn. I try to be somewhat politically, no, never mind. I can't even go that far. I've always been politically insane, and I'm going to remain that way. Got with us, and before I just want to say one more time, Joe English, what a piece of crap. Get your lips off whatever that white stuff is Joe Wallmeister says you got on you that belongs to Kern. Because you're disappointing. You're a piece of crap, Joe English. I give you money to save your house from falling down, and then you're going to talk about my corrupt money 5 months later after not paying me back? And I don't bring my business out on the street, people, but when some son of a bitch does something like this, some hypocritical bastard, I can't take hypocrisy. And Joe English, you are a total no-count hypocrite. And see, I give him cash. I was going to write him a check. I can't take a check, Bob. They'll find out, and Mark Kern will be mad at me. And Joe English, come on in here and pass a polygraph test, you no-good son of a bitch, and I'll give you $20,000 minus the $500 that you owe me, you low-life bastard. Speaking of well, never mind. I can't go. A good friend of mine just walked in from Waterloo, originally from the St. Clair County area, worked as a policeman, a great police officer, a great military man, been over in Iraq a few times as a contract laborer, I believe. Don't want to get into it. He may be CIA, but that's okay. He's a good friend of mine, a Republican, I guess, down in Monroe County, and I hope he's not the kind of Republicans that run our ship up here in St. Clair County. With me, Mr. Greg Musgraves. How you doing, Greg?
obviously better than you. I had my Metamucil this morning.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm saving mine for Sprague because I don't want him to piss in his drawers. What's going on? Don't give me no crap because me and you'll be...
Look, it's your decision. You do what you want to do. I've known you long enough to know that you're going to do what you want to do, and you usually stay with what you've decided. I'm just going to end with this, and the element with this, and that is you're giving them what they want, so why do that?
Well, you know what? Hey, Greg, this is a leader of the Republican Party. They want this gal. I'm going to try to make amends. That's what they want. I'm going to give them what they want. I'm going to give them LaToya Greenwood on a plate, on a silver platter, and when she goes up there and tries to destroy Rauner can come down and thank his buddy, Doug Jamieson, Mike Bost, who we were going to take care of down in East St. Louis. He can thank Doug Jamieson. And you know what? I'm not going to get into the backgrounds of these two guys, but I don't believe, and you've been a Republican for a while, do you think that Rauner and Bost, they should come out not supporting him when they find this out, and they're going to know it today? They should come out and say they should disavow this vile son of a bitch who wouldn't take care of his children. Yes or no?
Oh, they'll about have to, but the bigger thing on that is, you know, a lot of guys, and I'm not making excuses for this guy because I don't know, but a lot of guys, hardworking guys, slip through the cracks a lot of times. They don't do their child support. But you know, it looks like, according to your report, he's smacking the old lady around.
Well, hey, no, and that's not my report. It's a Sangamon County.
Well,
charge of domestic violence, and so it's not my report. And $98,000. Greg Musgrave, you're a smarter man than that. You're telling me that a guy going to slip through the cracks for 2 months of child support? Oh, he owes $2,000, $800. You don't slip through the crack. $98,000 plus in child support.
You're not listening. You're talking.
And that's right, because I wanted to hear somebody with some intelligence, and apparently I'm not getting it from you.
And what I'm saying is, you son of a bitch.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Is that, I knew you'd like that, is that some guys have an excuse, but not at $98,000.
Okay, thank you.
Why? If it's $98,000, isn't he in jail? Because that's usually how they shake money.
That's apparently where he was going. If he didn't pay it, he was apparently forced to have to pay that $98,000.
So this is a past incident. But all I'm saying is that, yeah, I'm pretty sure when this hits the daylight, as it has, any politician in his right mind isn't going to run 100 mile an hour. But, you know, let me say this about the St. Clair County Republicans. I've been a Republican for a long time. And it's tough to be a Republican in the Democratic area, as you know. And I've got my connections here and my connections there, but I never even ambled towards the St. Clair County Republicans because they were so dysfunctional back in my day. And I thought maybe that they had finally come together and were getting some stuff. Now I hear they censor you, and it's like, so what's that all about? And who cares? It's like they have some thump to censor you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Since when?
You know, that's like the devil calling another devil a bad guy. I mean, I don't understand it either. Yeah. But see, Greg, you're right. I'm on the ticket, but it's a matter of principle. I do not want to be, number one, with somebody that doesn't want me there. But even more important than that, for the rotten bastards that are leading the Republican Party. And let me give some names out to the rotten bastards again. Let's try. Doug Jamieson. Mary Thurman, Barb Viviano, John West, and there'll probably be some more. And people tell me, oh, dude, you don't put their names out there. I'll be damned. I'm not a hypocrite. I talk behind your back because you ignorant son of a bitches won't come here and let me talk to your face, you hypocritical son of a bitches. But go ahead, Greg.
Leadership's a public record. So I don't know what you're putting out. Anybody can look it up. But it gets back to the same thing. I see the sign over here for Trump and Romanik. It gets back to the same thing. All the elitists are pissed off at Trump because he didn't ask permission. He didn't come and crawl to the Republican Party and say, oh, I want your blessing. He just said, I'm going to do it, which is basically what you did.
And you know what? That's our right as American goal. Hey, wait a minute. You talk about that. You go over to the Jefferson Barracks. You fought in the war. You go to the gentleman next to me, Chris Heatherly, fought in the war. You tell me that I got every right to run. These bastards think you got to kiss. No. If I'm going to kiss anybody's ass, I'm going to kiss the brave military heroes that give me the opportunity. These no good son of a bitches in this country think they own it. They own crap.
Yeah, the myth when you're beep.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, a professional radio guy got to use the beep button, but go ahead. I understand.
I keep forgetting you're out on the air. Normally shows like this are just on the internet on a podcast, so sorry about that.
That's okay.
Then again, when I saw him reach, I knew what had happened. Next time I'll give you. Are you on 70 or 40 delay?
They want me on 60-minute delay. But go ahead, Greg. Finish your point.
Well, the point is that 4 or 5 years ago, Joe Walsh, who was a congressman, Tammy Duckworth, knocked him out of his position. She's now running for state senator, and I see she's pulling about 5 points ahead of Kirk right now. But there's a long way to go in that race. Joe came down and gave a speech at this dinner I'm getting ready to talk about, in which he said the Republican Party had better get ready. Joe was a Tea Partier. They better get ready because if they don't change their ways, something's coming, and something's coming big. Now, I don't know if he had Donald Trump on speed line or he was just talking about Cruz and all the uproar, but he's spot right on. There is a split in the party. The elites don't want to admit to it. Now, whether or not they can get this genie back in the bottle is a big question. But in talking to a lot of precinct committeemen, both in Monroe County and throughout the state, leadership, they're going to go with whoever the national pick is going to be. But the average Joe, they're going to go with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And what they're after is we're so tired of sending people to Washington. Both sides are sending people to Washington to do the people's will, and then they don't do the people's will. They do what they want to do.
Well, they do what it takes to perpetuate their existence
Exactly.
there. And when I say that I'm self-funding, so is Trump. I would have went up to Springfield, not obligated to anybody. I'd have kicked the lobbyists out of my office. I'd have put my foot up their ass, because that's what happens. These guys go to Springfield. They go to Washington. They got to sell out to the establishment or they won't get reelected. I don't give a damn about getting reelected. I don't give a damn about getting elected. I'd have went up to Springfield and I would have fought the fight they'd never seen before.
See, here's the thing, and I'm going to get some comments on this, and people, don't burn up the phone lines because I don't care, okay? Jesus got in trouble over politics. He went in and he dumped the money lenders. He interfered with commerce, with people making money when he did that. And that was a rigged game if you ever read your Bible about how the money lenders worked, okay? So what they do? They crucified him. Now anybody that comes in modern politics today that has the gall to tip the boat or to throw the quote-unquote money lenders out of the temple, they're on the hot seat. And what's going on is you have all these lobbyists that want to make money. You have all these people like the Karl Roves out there and Krauthammer, who sometimes I wonder what he's thinking, because normally I like Krauthammer. But they get out there and they talk all this big noise. Why? Because if somebody like Donald Trump can come out here with his own funds where he doesn't owe them anything, they don't get to say anything. They have no input. Okay? So the lobbyists don't get paid. All these special people that like all the great guys that ran Mitt Romney's and John McClain's game, did such a fine job there. They want to put their 2 bits in. I wouldn't vote for Mitt Romney if he walked across the street and asked me to. I mean, I just don't know where the guy's coming from. So the old has-beens need to keep their mouths shut and see what's going to happen, because if not, there's going to be a frag in this party. They're never going to get it back together. Now,
what do you got going up? We don't have a lot of time, Greg. What do you have coming up, a dinner you were talking about? Let's get that out of the way.
Real quick. Well, we're doing our usual. I don't know anybody will be in attendance now.
Well,
but anyway, we're doing our usual yearly Lincoln Day dinner. It's going to be Thursday, the 21st of April, 7 o'clock p.m. We'll start serving. Of course, the doors open about 6:15. Tickets are $35. There'll be that at the door, I imagine. I don't see anything different here. And if you'd like some tickets, you can call 618-939-3216. That's 939-3216, local area code. And that goes right into our ticket person, Shirley Elmore. Our guest speaker, we were looking for somebody with some radio experience to be our guest speaker who was...
Rush Limbaugh's not available.
I was going to ask you, if you wanted to come and do it, but I thought you'd be better off washing dishes. So we're bringing Jamie.
I would do a better job washing dishes, I guarantee you.
So we asked Jamie Allman from 97.1 if he'd come down, and he's been gracious enough to come down. He's a little more plugged into the Republican Party than you are.
Yeah, well, I like to plug myself into some of these Republicans, and I have to bend them over first. Mr. Greg Musgrave, stick around. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You heard that song. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything, and I'm definitely a man. I'm not a puppet on the string. So, hey, Doug Jameson, Barb Viviano, Mary Thurman, John West, kiss my white, hairy, stinky, wrinkled ass, you inbred political idiots, you asswipe son of a bitches. You have destroyed the opportunity to get rid of the culture of corruption in St. Clair County for everybody. But it's not over. It's not over until it's over. Hey, real quick, we've got our good friend, Mr. Steve Denari, the executive director of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Mr. Denari, how you doing, sir?
Well, Bob, I'm okay, except I think I need to ask you to get me another cell phone since I can't. Mine is all blown up since last night at the censure. They're not trying to censor you; they're trying to censure you.
Yeah. Well, I got something I'm going to sure them up with, but never mind.
But I just wanted to pass on a few things that keep coming in as I'm sitting here. First of all, I wanted to a little breaking news. I got a call from the at a Libertarian Party who would like to come down and meet with you. They certainly would like to see if you'd be interested in perhaps carrying their flag as a vehicle down here in St. Clair County. More interesting is I got a number of calls from people in the Freedom Coalition, and there's two things they want to do, and let's put it out there. Maybe some folks can call in. One group wants to put together a petition to the Illinois Republican Party to have Doug Jameson impeached.
Well, they should do that.
They want to figure out how to do that, and I've been on the phone with Eric Evans to see how that's going to go. But the other one, very interestingly, and I've got some experience of this, having run the Perot campaign in Chicago back in '92. They've now checked it. You got 1,499, I think, petitions, signatures for your run.
No, I had 2,500. We can only put in 1,500. I had 2,900, 3,000.
Right. Well, just to give you an idea, because of a quirk that happened in 2014, to run as an independent or for the Freedom Coalition to become a new political party, we are right in the midst of it. By June 27th, you only have to file 1,533 signatures.
Yeah, we had that in about 3 weeks.
Well, and so a lot of the people are saying, fine, forget the Republicans. We want the Freedom Coalition Party. What do you think of that, Bob?
Well, you know what? If we could do that, but I am not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not running with the leadership of Doug Jameson, who has been charged with domestic violence, who's got psychological examination, and more so than that, not respected his children, to the tune of $98,000 in back child support. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm a lot of things. I'm a no good, no count, rotten son of a bitch most of the time. but I'm not a hypocrite, and I love my child. And anybody that don't love children or animals can kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass. I don't give a damn. Don't vote for me. Now you're not going to have the opportunity not to vote for me, so I win. But go ahead, Steve.
I mean, I was at the convention last night, the county convention, to watch it happen, and Roger nominated an alternative, Devin, I think, Kammerer, and he stood up and said that it was with a heavy heart that he said he could not support Doug Jamieson, who he's known a long time, and the moment he lost the vote, he walked up and handed in his resignation, and they actually asked him to leave for the follow-on that came there. But perhaps this is a big opportunity. I know when we talked to Perot in '92 and '96 came up, we wanted the Reform Party, and we want. I think, Bob, that it's an option you got to look at because it's coming from the people. Then there's no BS as far as, okay, what does the establishment say? Because the Freedom Coalition would be its own establishment.
Well, I don't know. I'm talking for me. I'm not a candidate on the Republican ticket because they wanted LaToya Greenwood. I'm going to hand them LaToya Greenwood on a silver platter. I'm not talking for the rest of the candidates. I'm talking for Bob Romanik. I don't want to hurt anybody in this election. But I'm not going to sell my integrity. I'm not going to sell my manhood to work with these idiots, the Doug Jamiesons, the Barb Vivianos, the Mary Thurmans, the John West. I'm not going to do it because, see, a title to me means nothing. I don't have to be state representative. I wasn't going to take a salary. I wasn't going to take any benefits. I was going to go up there and fight for the people of the 114th District. And if Doug Jamieson would rather, the Republican chairman would rather have a Democrat, LaToya Greenwood, the council member from East St. Louis, who's going to bobblehead for Madigan, I say, so be it. So,
well, it's very eerie how the national Republican races are. It's almost a foreshadowing of what happens there. I mean, Trump has talked about it too. He's had a problem with the establishment. They're back and forth. You've had the same thing.
Well, I don't want to hurt anybody, and I'm not running because of these jerk-off, ass-wipe Republican leadership, not the true Republicans, not the rank and file, the decent Republicans and decent Democrats all throughout St. Clair County. But that doesn't mean I'm not still coming after Kern. We've got some mailers I'm sending out with him in his bikini touching himself. It's funny as hell. You guys will all get a copy. Everybody will get a copy. I'm not dying publicly. I'm just dying politically. But I'm going to be on the air until they either kill me or somebody somewhere takes my last breath. Because, see, people, this is what I've got. I've got to destroy these son of a bitches. I don't have to be an elected official. I don't have to do anything but what I want to do. And what I want to do is destroy this culture of corruption in St. Clair County like they've been destroying all of us, men, women, black, white, Democrats and Republicans for all these years. We're running out of time, but real quick, and we'll talk about it, hit on it tomorrow. The spy agency, top fold, front page, no do-over for St. Clair County site. You know, what a stupid stunt to try to pull. Terry Beach tried to pull, but he's been put out there on Front Street by God, Sprague, Barra-Civic, and Kern. What a stupid stunt. Well, we want to recount. We want this. We want a rematch. No, you lost, you son of a bitches, because of the culture of corruption. And now you're just embarrassing everyone in St. Clair County. It's not coming to St. Clair County because of the culture of corruption. Everything else was 100%. But it was trumped by the culture of corruption that's been facilitated and kept going and going and going because of God. I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a toilet. Sprague. John Red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle. Barra-Civic. And don't forget, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern and Sweet Cakes. It's going to be coming out about your name, and it's going to be like my face. It's going to be ugly, and it's going to be scary. So, guys, watch out. Watch out, because the Grim Reaper is now let out to be on the run. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be all over the dial. Again, people, we are America's voice of freedom. We are the Patriot. We believe in bringing you the truth. This is the only radio station that's politically insane that will give you the total truth. We don't give a damn about advertising. We don't give a damn about anything other than taking care of the good people of St. Clair County, the good people of this country, the good people of this state of Illinois. And we can't do it alone. So let's continue to unite to expose these rotten bastards all throughout this great country of ours. And when it's all said and done, you know the routine. What we have to do to be successful is to politically destroy these son of a bitches. Destroy them once and for all. And I will say again, so I don't get in trouble, politically, of course. Repeat after me. Politically, of course. Yeah. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful.